Hey, good morning, everybody. Hope y'all are doing well. AJay, the CEO here. Thank you so much for joining me. Guess what, folks? This is the 52nd time I've done this. We've done this for an entire year. Can you believe that? Let me unmute myself real quick because I didn't check my audio. Thank you. We're good. Man, hey, how y'all doing? Hope y'all are doing well. Hope y'all had a good Father's Day last weekend. My little one got me this. She knows I love Legos, so got an Iron Man Lego helmet that decorates my desk. So I am very appreciative of that. The last time we did something, I was showing y'all I had my camera, had the micro cinema camera. I took the lens off of my Blackmagic Pocket Cinema, and I have it on that one. So that's my nice top-down shot. That when we get to some more stuff, I have another lens that's was supposed to have been delivered yesterday, but I missed it because they delivered it super, super early. But yeah, that's what's going on. Let's hop in here and let's say hello to everybody. Mr. Joe, hello. Francisco, hello. Who else? Claude, hello. Sam, hello. Video streams, hello. Mr. Clarence, hello. Ishmael, hello. Mike, Anthony, Streets of Destiny, Dylan, Lishama, sorry if I pronounced that wrong, hello. Rebecca, hello, from Kentucky. Parker, hello. How y'all doing? Hey, big shout out to Elder Greg McDoe. I'm a holler at him. He is starting a new ministry here called Stay on the Wall. I am helping him develop an online presence, and pretty much what this is going to be is like a motivational type of thing. So it's not going to be kind of like what we always talk about. Everything doesn't have to be a lecture. So he is going through motivating people, and with motivation to stay on the ball, keep it going. And we're working with some other stuff with that. Darren, hello. Roger, hello. So thank you so much. I am advertising him. He gave me the shirt. So, hey, we were able to bless him with the extra YOLO box that we got, and that's going to help them live stream. They do a lot of evangelism. So, hey, we just pass it on. That's what this is all about. I would hope y'all would know by now what I really encourage y'all when y'all get started, when y'all are able and blessed to be able to move on to different levels, to bless another ministry with that stuff. You don't always have to sell it. Go ahead and bless to somebody else, because we're all on the same team. We all have the same purpose. And I hope that's what this does here. So, excuse me. I was trying to eat one of my daughter's breakfast things here that I haven't tried out. She didn't like it all of a sudden. She picked it out, but then hasn't eaten it. So, oh well. We're just dabbling with a lot of stuff here, so thank you so much. Let me jump back. We got some questions that were already fired off. So, Joe, I actually responded to you in the chat, but let's bring it up here for the question here. Joe wants to know, using OBS and the Canon M50, the sound is being sent out by laptop to YouTube. If I connect a device like the Sony ICD UX570 digital voice recorder, and I'm going to bring that up so y'all can all see what that is. Give me a second. Come on now. Let's copy this. Look this up. But let me go to the second comment here. Wants to know, to the headphone jack, will I get good audio to use for podcast or another way of using sound from OBS? Would I have to check monitor box on mic settings, OBS? Any suggestions? Honestly, if you're trying to do the audio, personally, I would just record the audio and strip it out. Record the entire live stream and strip it out in OBS with any type of program that you can strip the audio out. Another thing you could do based off of what you just said, and let me cut over here so y'all can see what the device is that he was talking about. That's number 4. So it's something like this. And technically, yes, this should be able to work. And a train just happens to be going by, so my apologies for that sound. So technically, you could, the red is a mic in, so you could do a speaker out going into that from your computer into it, and yes, it would. But yes, in OBS, you would need to do a monitor out in OBS so that it actually displays out the audio, or you could just open up another computer that's watching your stream and hooked it up to that computer. Yes, that would work for you. Let me jump ahead with something I haven't done in a while. So let's go over to some tech news real quick. So folks, it looks like we're going to be getting pretty soon at the end of this year Windows 11. I've been looking at some of the initial displays of this. It looks okay, but if anybody's been around Windows, you know it has a cycle of good, bad, good, bad. Windows 10 is good, and then it was Windows Vista was horrible. Windows 7 was good. Windows 8 was bad. So I don't know. In all honesty, they've moved the tab over here to the center, which makes it look very Mac OS X-esque. Yeah, I mean, it looks decent. I might I'm building another computer behind me right here. I don't know if you can see it, but it was some parts left over. I needed to actually build a DVD replicating system, so I had enough parts to do it. I might throw that on there when it goes into beta to test it out. But for anybody who's trying to go down here, they have a compatibility program that will show you if it's compatible. So it says bare minimum, you need a 1 gigahertz processor, 4 gigs of memory, 64 gigs of RAM, and all this other fun stuff. My computer is way over the specs of that. And let me show you what happens when I actually run that wonderful program here. Here's the program, the compatibility, and let me see if my computer is compatible. Let me actually show you again what are the specs of my system. So it says you need 1 gigahertz. I have that's how many processors. We got 32 gigs of memory. We got tons of hard drive space, fast GPU, everything. More than enough than what it says. So if I run the check, your PC can't run it. So that's not looking good, Microsoft, for you having a reputation of every other OS being bad, and your compatibility system doesn't even work. So that's going to be interesting, to say the least. But anyway, enough about that. Let's go over here to Mr. Claude here. Hello, everyone. I know it's general. Zoom is used for meetings. Is there a way to stream an event like a wedding to be shown on Zoom with OBS? Yes, I've actually done that. You would run whatever into OBS, and since the latest version, we're on version 27 now, you just start up the virtual camera, which will be sent over to Zoom, as well as, I think I can do it without breaking anything here. Let me actually just show you here. So let me cut over to OBS over here, and I'm gonna turn off my other screen because it's gonna go on for infinity if I had it on. All right, so we would start up our virtual camera here, and let me see. Do I have anything that I can put up on the screen? No, that's my monitor. Don't want that. So I need to put something up so we can at least see what's going on. So let's put a still image up here. How about that? And hey, we'll put up the flyer. How about that for the conference? So we'll put this up, and we'll say we'll start our virtual camera. Now, I don't have audio on here, but you want to make sure that you're sending audio in some way, shape, or form as well, too. So, like in settings, actually, AJ, just add something. That will make it easier. And yes, I am talking to myself. So I'm going to put this track here and just loop it so we can have some audio. What you need to do is come over in here, go to advanced. For every single source that's putting out audio, you need to set it to monitor out. And then, me personally, I like the VB audio cable because it makes it simple. I think I still have it installed. We're going to go to settings, then audio. And if we had VB audio cable, I would enable it right here. And maybe my plan did not work out the way I wanted to. But either way, we can show you the gist of it. So now that I'm here in Zoom, we're going to go to our settings, and we want to make sure our video is set to the OBS camera. Boom, there we go. And then the audio, we would point it to the VB audio cable, so the out, as you see right here. So if anything was played through here, it would come to there. So hopefully, now I did speed through that, but I mean, that's how you would do it. And I did it in another video showing the exact same thing. So, and I need to change my personal code since I showed it there for a second. So I flubbed on that one. But hopefully that helps you. Let's see. Let's go here to page 1. Question is, we are just starting to live stream, and we want to know, what do you recommend for a mic wise for a congregational pickup? So let's see. I actually need to do something similar at my church. So the main thing you will probably want to do is use a shotgun mic for that. That's my plan. And it all depends. Like at my home church, there are other mic inputs that are not being used. So we could easily repurpose one of those for that. So, you know, you got a different range. You can go with like a video mic, and this is the hybrid analog and USB. I might think about that because then I don't have to worry about batteries. Anyway, but you have different type of shotgun mics that you can place in the front and have them pointed and then just have them really low and just bring them up when they need to be. Something like this if you need something for XLR connections or, anything like that. So I think that would be kind of cool to play around with. That's what I recommend. But again, I don't know your price range. So, I'm not about just spending a whole lot of money just for the sake of spending a whole lot of money, because it doesn't necessarily take all of that. So hopefully that helps. Francisco said you could listen to the music that I have at the beginning all day. Hey, I appreciate it. I just try to dabble and mix it up a little bit. Like I said, Rebecca, hello from Kentucky. Let's see. All right, back to Rebecca, since you have another comment next. I'm having an issue with one of my sources not wanting to show when I use my hotkey or even use the I. I have it third down on the list of my sources. I'm assuming that you're talking about OBS, right? If it's not showing, can you verify that it's actually there in your source? Because sometimes if something gets moved, it won't show up. The new OBS version 27 actually gives you a warning. Let me know a little bit more detail about that one. Thank you, Mark. Appreciate it. Mr. G. Albert. Have the Blackmagic TV studio and web presenter with 3 cameras connected to the ATEM television studio. Also with NewTek NDI from OBS. How do I find the video device and audio when adding a source? I gotta think through that again. I have a Blackmagic television studio and a web presenter. Okay. 3 cameras are connected to the ATEM. Okay. Also have NewTek NDI from OBS. How do I find a video? Now, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to connect OBS to the ATEM or the ATEM to OBS? Which one? Because if you have the television studio, there is no output for that. You need a capture device to capture it. I don't think the web, I don't think the web presenter shows up as a USB interface. I don't recall. I don't remember testing that when I was playing around with that. I need a little bit more detail on how the NDI NewTek is being integrated with the ATEM. Need some more detail on that. Francisco, tell your wife hello. And thank you so much for leading the prayer and everything that's going on the Facebook group for our conference. And that's a good segue, folks. Guess what? We got Mr. Clarence, and I hope he doesn't mind me saying this. He actually gave a donation for our conference. So I have 4 tickets to give away for free, and that's the old picture. Why is the old one still there? Hold on. We need to change this to the new one, because we are not in the early bird stuff no more. We're in full price. Come on now, it's just an image. Come on, VMix, don't act up on me. There we go. All right, so he has donated to the conference, so we have 4 tickets that we're going to be able to give away. So be mindful. Stay to the end if you wanted one of the conference tickets. And for the people who are teachers, come on now, make it fair for everybody. And I need to find out. Okay, for the first person I'll give away a ticket to, if you're not in the conference, what song and artist was I playing on my very first YouTube video? First one in the chat that's right, I will give you a ticket for that, and we'll drop some more tickets throughout the conference. Throughout the live stream for that. First song and artist for that I was playing in the very first YouTube video I ever uploaded. All right, Where's my mouse? There we go. Dustin has a question here. How do I play Spotify on computer through soundboard without feeding back while live streaming with the same computer? You're going to have to throttle back your volume, and it depends. What are you using to live stream? If you're using OBS, you can throttle that volume back down so that it's not overpowering it. If you're going through a switcher like an ATEM, you can actually throttle it back that same way. You need a little bit more detail on your setup for that. Back to Mark. Best to stick with Windows 10 until there's at least some updates. Hey, I completely agree. Completely agree. JHB, because of live streaming service, I've been approached to stream a 2-hour concert for a small band and a possible wedding. I have no idea what money to quote or what it's worth. Any thoughts? All right, so now we're talking about some business stuff here. And this is the mindset, and I think we talked about this before. Realize no matter what you're doing when it comes to your business, think about what is your time worth to you. I'm gonna just say this now. I have pretty much put in my resignation at my church for playing because of the responsibilities of training other media ministries is taking over. And requiring more in my mindset. In prayer time, me playing at my church has been upgraded to the responsibility of what I've had. I've been faithful in music, and now I feel the call to move more to where now, like almost every other Sunday, I'm going to another ministry and helping them. Now, they paid me a certain amount to play. So looking at it from a business perspective, I charge, this is how much they paid me for 2 hours of a church service. So how much is that time worth to compensate for that? So if you're doing a concert or you're doing anything like that, you have to think about not just your time, the equipment, your gas, your driving back, or your electricity, your kilowatts to charge for your electric car. You need to compensate for all of that. Don't just go for the low-hanging fruit, but then don't try and knock people upside the head for your price. So for me, if I had to do a two-hour concert and I was providing all the equipment, everything with my time, me personally, I would probably charge around like between $500 to $1,500 to $2,000 to do that. That's me. But again, it all depends. Like some of these other places, I had to bring in internet. I had to have all the cameras. I had to do mics. I had to do sound. I had to provide the platform that we're streaming to that people were going to watch. All of that. You need to compensate for all of those things. So hopefully that helps. Now for a wedding, it all depends. I just have my wireless Rode Wireless Go, said it completely backwards, put that on the official to pick up good sound, or a shotgun mic that can pick up everybody, and it's a one camera thing, and I was streaming to Zoom, or I'm streaming to Vimeo, or I'm streaming to their Facebook page or something like that, and everything can fit in the book bag. You know, that's maybe around like $150 to $300. It all depends. If they want video editing after that, it will jump up to maybe around like $1,000, because anybody who's paid for a videographer to do that stuff, that's around like $2,700 and up. So, you know, I believe if you're going to do this, make it worth your while, but at the same time, don't sell yourself short on what it takes, your skill set, your equipment, and everything to do that. So hopefully that helps. That was drawn out, but hopefully that helps. David, any audio interface recommendations to connect the ATEM Mini Extreme and our in-house analog soundboard? I was looking into a mixer like the Zoom Live Track. Well, I'm using the Rode Podcaster, but in all honesty, why do you need a mixer to go in between? Because if you already have an analog mixer, just run the tape out or XLR out, monitor out, and plug it directly into the ATEM, and you should be fine. Do you want to adjust it? Are you bringing that audio in because you want to adjust it again before it goes to the live stream? Let me know about that. The Chuck Taylor, what is going on, sir? hopefully, yeah, I haven't heard from you. You got all the other mounts and stuff like that. Please let me know. Hope everything is well with you. Okay. PJ, hello from the Philippines. Thanks for joining. Um, Boomerang Webinar Solutions. Hey, brother, can you recommend a laptop for managing a live stream? Yes, what I'm currently using for my live stream when I am on the go and doing football games and stuff like that, it is the Acer Nitro 5. That's what I am using. It actually, excuse me, it is a Ryzen 5, 8 gigs of memory, soon to be upgraded to 16. It has dual GPUs, so it has a Radeon and it has a GTX 1650 inside of it. More than enough for my live stream. I got this originally from Amazon for around from Amazon for about $700. Unfortunately, now they've jacked this price up to like $1,200 because I think it's a lack of parts, but very good system, or an Asus TUF laptop will work as well too. All right, we got our first ticket person here. The answer is yes, Champion by Darwin Hobbs. That is correct. Thank you so much, David. Go to my About channel. On the About tab on my channel, there's an email. Email me your information and a screenshot of you putting that comment there, and I will get you registered and get you all up and rolling. Thank you so much. And you know what? I'm feeling kind of nice. Hey, PJ, thank you. You got it too. Send me your info too, and that's two. We'll get them right there. Chuck, oh my gosh. Here we go. Not trying to win at all, but it was Dolly. No, it wasn't. All right, back to Rebecca. OBS, and it's always the same source and image slideshow. I have all my sources in a scene for the service. When it doesn't show, I'll double click that source, and then sometimes it will show then. That's strange. I've never seen or heard of that. And all of the slides are located on the same local machine as well too. Yeah, I don't know about that one. Might have to follow up with that one to get you some better help with that. And with that, I was speeding through, folks. I hadn't even thought about anything. If I don't get to your question or we need any more details on some of the questions that you have, please feel free to email me at questions@ajhomes.com. Give me 48 to 72 hours to circle back with you, and I would do my best to get in touch with you. And she's not here yet, but I don't know if she's going to be on, but my business executive assistant, D, is doing an excellent job. She is keeping my calendar straight, and I appreciate it. So I want to tell the whole world, D, thank you. So if y'all want to do consultations and all this other stuff like that, even though it's here on the website and it goes too fast and I still haven't slowed that down, I'll play it again. AJay, go to ajhomes.com/consultations. Those after next week are going to be going directly to D, and you'll be interacting with her to schedule. As I'm not being mean when I say this, but I get a lot of phone calls and a lot of emails, and it's getting too much for me to handle. So that's the reason why I've hired some people for that stuff to be funneled that way. So if you know me personally, please don't jump the line. I need to have everything funneled this way because I've been double booking myself, and I'm trying to stay as professional as possible, and I don't want to have to cancel when I promise something because I don't have my schedule straight. So thank you, D, for keeping me straight. Back to Boomerang Webinar Solutions. Can you recommend a laptop? Yeah, I think I already answered that. So yeah, I'm going through the comments. It's kind of behind, so I'll get to you. So I did answer you. Oh, okay. So Rebecca, if you're keeping your files on OneDrive, Yeah, that's the problem. I had a ministry do the exact same thing. You have to download them locally, and that way, because it's a syncing issue. So yeah, honestly, probably the easier way is download it from OneDrive, put it on a thumb drive, or have a folder right before you do it. Make sure it's synced and it's downloaded to your physical system, and that would hopefully remove that. Hey, you're welcome. I do not hide a lot of the stuff because I mean, I'll be honest with y'all, folks. You see a lot of the stuff that I do in these installs, and I don't really tell the price because I don't. If the church hasn't given me permission, I don't say that. But I'll just tell you right now what I normally do. My hourly rate of working and installing this stuff is around $125 to $150 an hour when I'm climbing in roofs and pulling cables and all this other stuff. That's what I do. I don't make a profit off of any of the hardware. So when I show you the price list when I do a design, that's exactly what I pay for. And that's exactly what I charge the ministry for. I've dealt with way too many churches who dealt with companies who have just charged them. Like I was doing an install at one church. Yeah, community independent. And somebody came by and I think it's safe for me to say what that whole install was. I think it was like 15,000. I think it was in that price range. That was with everything. That was with all the TVs, the network, the security cameras, computer, everything. That's how much it was. But I think with all that, 5 PTZ cameras, everything, another guy came and visited the church, and he talked to the guy and told him at the church who hired me, asked how much they paid, and he told him. Now, for that entire system, it was $15,000. This other guy said that another company just installed a Behringer X32 new speaker system. That was it. And their system was like just the audio was $2,000 less than what I did for that entire ministry. So I don't believe in competition, but at the same time, I've dealt with way too many people just overcharging people like crazy. So whatever I charge, when you see that list on Kit of everything that I pay for, that's exactly what I charge them. And I just charge my fee for hourly support on top of that. So there, completely transparent. Back to Mr. Albert. AJay, our church is currently using StreamYard from multiple locations. Want to transition to the church, starting with Blackmagic to system. Okay. This phase, I want StreamYard to capture video and audio from the church and blank location. Okay. All right, I need to think through that. If you don't mind emailing me, and I can go in more detail to try and help you with that. Thank you. Back to David. Yes, looking into adjusting the audio and plugging in a couple of additional inputs for special events outside of worship. Yeah, okay. Well, I would think maybe the Yamaha MGX 10U is what I was originally using that I gifted to another ministry. That's what I used to use before the Rode, and that works great. Yeah, I would think about that. Let me see if I can pull it up, the exact model again. And I think I bought that one at Guitar Center. That's why it's not here in my history here. So let me look up the actual model. Yeah, I was close. I was very close to exactly what it was. This is the model one I would recommend. The Yamaha MG10XU. And this is what I was using. So very, very good board as well too. And if you wanted to, it connects over USB to the computer if you wanted to bypass that. But you can also run dual XLR outs, XLR to a 3.5 millimeter stereo cable to plug directly in, and that will work as well too. So I will put a link in the description for that if anybody is interested in it. Very, very good board as well. All right, let's see. Awesome, Chuck. Thank you. Thank you so much. Boomerang wants to know, does the 1650 doesn't support the new NVENC? No, it actually does. Anything with the X in the NVIDIA line does support the encoders. Yeah, folks, if y'all don't mind, please make sure, if you're liking what you're hearing, please make sure you hit the like. If you haven't, hit the subscribe button as well, too, and click that bell. That way you get notified when we come out with new videos so you don't miss anything. So I really appreciate it. PJ wants to know, have I tried the Droid Cam plugin for OBS? I use it for my church, so you can use as many phone cameras as you want. Yes, actually, I have. When I used to use my phone in the Droid Cam as an overhead shot for that, and then I also had the OBS camera for the iPad to use that as well too. So yes, very, very good plugin, and it's free. At least when I got it, it was free. Rich Grace, good morning. We recently purchased the ATEM Extreme switcher, and we're having problems with projecting on screens with Easy Worship and Sanctuary. Need some details. What's the issue that you got with it? And follow back up with me, and I will get back to it. Back to Boomerang. I don't know. Every time I keep saying Boomerang, I keep thinking about Sokka from the Avatar, The Last Airbender, because he always had a weapon of Boomerang. Can you create a video on how to set up audio for OBS to Zoom via virtual cable and at the same time live streaming the meeting to YouTube via OBS? Well, I actually already have a video covering everything that you just said except for streaming it to YouTube. So I'll work on that. I got to go to Lynchburg this evening, but I will work on that. So let me make a mental note on that one. New videos. Alrighty. Let's see what else we got out here. Rebecca, I thank you. You almost made me blush. Well, thank you. I'm glad the stuff I'm doing is helping. As well, David, you are welcome. Awesome, awesome. And she's here. Thank you, D. Yay. JHB wants to know, what is involved in trying to live stream using cameras that are set up at remote locations? It all depends. Like, most of y'all know I actually run a division of my company called Formation Sports. It's on YouTube, where we're doing little league sports, high school sports, and different sports, football, basketball, pretty much every sport that's available from middle school, high school, professional league up to collegiate. We do that. And we're looking at expanding into other cameras. So that's the reason why I'm really excited about the PTZs, finding PTZs that can function outside with ND filters, like sunglasses, because I want to control them that way. Especially if they're over IP, I can control them very easily. And, I'm dabbling with a lot of stuff. I'm thinking like the overhead camera that I got here, the Pocket, the micro cinema camera, that can work as well too, because it can be controlled remotely. And what I'm dabbling with is I use SDI cable because it can go up to 300 feet, but I am really looking at getting an HDMI to fiber cable, because fiber is cheap and you can go up to 28 miles with that. So it all depends. I mean, the main thing is just getting a camera that you can control and have a reliable power source as well as a reliable video feed to it. But some cameras I'm looking at right now that I can't control remotely is maybe getting another one of these micro cinema cameras and place those like on the end zone just fixed so that I can just cut over to it and see somebody crossing the end zone, something like that. Maybe put one behind the backboard, something like that. So the main thing is just the logistics of getting power to it and the video feed. That's the main thing. And then once it comes to remote, there are a bunch of other cameras. So like if I had the Canon G50, I bought a Canon G50, got it, and had to return it back because it was DOA when I got it. But that one has link support, and that's similar to what our original cameras at my church were. I can put that camera on a tripod and control the zoom in and out and all this other stuff like that. So that can work, and that's over a single Ethernet cable. So it's a bunch of things that can go into this, but that's the main thing. Reliable power, reliable video, and then communication. But the camera has to support that. So hopefully that helps. So PJ was saying it's a lot of fake ones out there. Yeah, see, I don't know. The best thing I would say is just verify the serial number that's on there. The code on it is somewhere in here in Amazon that talks about it, but yeah. Yeah, that stinks though. Back to Boomerang. Big thanks and hugs for sharing so much knowledge. You're helping create employment in these tough times. I learned OBS from you. Hey, well, thank you. I really appreciate it. I don't know. Maybe this isn't the... I know sometimes when it comes to like ministry and money, a lot of people have a big hard time with that. All I want to tell y'all is anybody who is in this vein, ever since like business has taken off because of COVID and everything like that, right before this live stream happened, thank God, give him all praise and honor for it, that because of all these extra revenue that's came in, I was actually able to pay off my car this morning. So I'm really, really excited about that. So it works. The same skills that you can do if you want to go into that field, it is available. So more power to y'all. All right, well, Boomerang, go back. You can always watch the replay. Hey, don't shut down the dinner date. But thank you though. Let's see. Back to GHB. More clarification. I want to set up the cameras at the church and control them and stream from my house. Okay, that is going to be a little unique because there's going to be a delay just from remoting in. The easier thing to do is to have every single camera be IP based, and it can be controlled over IP. And then, the nerd part of this is you could put this on a separate network and then have a VPN connect to that network so that it actually is linked to your home system, so it's really not that much latency. Then you can control each camera with a joystick that you have at home, because it will look like those cameras are actually in your house even though they're not. So it is doable. It's very doable. So yeah, another one here, Monty. Thank you, sir. I think Monty can attest to the same thing, that, God has really blessed a lot of people who have moved in this direction. So it's awesome. Let me see. What page am I on? And the two folks that answered the question, please make sure you send the email to me so I can get you tickets to the conference. I don't see anything in my email so far. And I didn't see Mr. Josh here, so I didn't get any memes for today. So we'll circle back with that. And then also, folks, I've had to cancel a bunch of our roundtables for we were supposed to have one last week, but then honestly I completely forgot. It was Father's Day. So we will have a roundtable this Sunday. So if you're not, please join the Facebook group. Hey, it's awesome. It's like this every single day. And that way we can help getting share the knowledge that we know of each other and all this other good stuff. Now I'm gonna do something I normally have not done, and I really should have. So I want to thank the patrons. I've had some patrons who've been around with me for almost an entire year, and they've helped support, and I really appreciate it. So let's go ahead and cut over to our patrons. Our most recent was Lance Bryant. So I just want to shout out all these folks and just actually say their names and just tell them thank you. Ad Wilson, Al Miller, Alicia Evans, that's Pastor Evans, Pastor Alicia, Amos Mendez, Anita Wells, Anthony D. Thompson, Anthony Greer, sorry if I pronounced that wrong, Ashley McGinty. See, I should be saying these names more often so I don't mess them up. Elysia Carter, Barbara Thompson, Bill Andre, Bishop E.M. Jackson, Brandon Washington, Brian Jones, Bryson Bloomer, Caleb Balea, Kathy Brown, Chad Holmes, Charlene Winston, Chancellor Fitzgerald, Chris Lay, Clarence Frederick Johnson, Dane West, David Dibert, David Williams, Darren Swartzen-Druber, I believe. Hopefully I didn't pronounce that wrong. Fairlington Presbyterian Church, Felsvar Navar, Gloria Sloan, Harry Dickens, Jack Wolf, Jackie, Sophia, Joel Allen, Janice, Jarvis Gilmore, Jean David Renard, sorry if I pronounced that wrong, Jerry McHenmier, JHB, Jim Fisher, Jinx, Hinton, Joe Lee, Kenneth Ritchie, Mark Boast, Mark Carter, Matt Williams, I'm saying Matt Williams, that's somebody I went to school with, excuse me, Matt Woods, Matthew Chandler, Megan Levingood, Melvilla H. West, Michael Fair, Macklin Oliver, Miss C Productions, OCIE, Pastor David Berry, Patrick Mawamba, Phyllis Shishlam, Reginald W. Brown, Reggie Codwell, Richard Wright, Robert Holt, Robert Pope, Rodney F. McNear, Simon Platt, Steve Spinelli, Stephen Drennan, Streets of Destiny, Terrence Heron, Tyron McLaurin, well as Zambi, Willie Hebert, and Yvonne Gamblin. So thank you so much, because I couldn't do that without y'all. And yeah, and our YouTube members as well. We have a new one that says Media Ministry. A. Watson, Amy Dateman, Anthony Thompson, Ashbury United Methodist Church, Brandywine, C. Holman, Christopher Pearsell, Clarissa, Clifton Papian, Dennis McKay, Funwayo, Gloria Leonard. I haven't hollered at Funwayo in a while. Ike Rayford, Joshua Kelly, Keith Campbell, Leslie J. McDowell, Marty Matson, Marcez Williams, Misty Heck, Multimedia, Peter Shepard, Philip Brockett, Streets of Destiny, Tawana Harris, Tech Boy Group, Vaughn Vigil, and Walter Jackson. Thank y'all so much. I really appreciate it. I couldn't do it without y'all. Let me make sure my audio is not muted. I hope y'all were hearing me the whole time. So that was my buffer to make sure we can get some more comments here. And then, why is my email going off? All right, let's see where we left off here. PJ, somebody asked me about that. No, I have not had a chance to check out Prism Live Studio. I had a couple of people. PJ, if you go into business hold on, let me go here myself so I can tell you exactly how to get that. So if you go to About, go down to Details, it says for business inquiries, you have to be signed in, and you check it, it'll show your show the email to send it to. Want to know, what is my current configuration for today's live? Are you using the Blackmagic Mini ATEM controller, OBS? Are your cameras Blackmagic Mini? Are you using virtual? All right, so my current setup right now is I am using the ATEM Mini Extreme. I have, let's just cycle through it. So I have my Sony ZV-1 right here that I'm using. Number 2, minimize this because y'all don't need to see that. My number 2 input is my monitor to my left that running my ATEM software. Number 3 is the screen right now so I can see what's going on. This is actually a NDI monitor so I can actually see what it looks like. Number 4 is my other screen to the right. So I have 3 screens here on my computer. Number 5 is my overhead camera, which is the micro cinema camera, Blackmagic. Number 6 is the output from vMix. So it's just the chat that you're seeing. I was dabbling with that. Number 7 is my Sony camcorder right there. And nothing is plugged into number 8. That is my setup right now. All of this is coming out of USB into my other system over here, which is vMix. vMix is doing all of my streaming right now. Now, the other USB out is going into my main computer in front of me. That's how I'm able to bring up the ATEM Extreme. I can see feeds on both. Here, I am using a Rode Podcaster mixer right now, which is going to the Rode Pod mic right now. I have another Rode Pod mic for my daughter if she sits in on another live stream with me. And then I have my Rode wireless over here as well too if I was moving around and stuff like that. When my other lens comes in today, I'm gonna go back to using my Pocket Cinema Camera 4K, which is right here. You can't see it if I tilt it forward a little bit. It's right here with my teleprompter that I don't use that much because my desk, I don't have enough space to go up against the wall with this camera. So that's why I would always look right here. So I'm trying to decide what I'm gonna do with it. That is my current setup right now. And I've been meaning to do a tour of that, but I will let you know when we do that. So I'm not using any OBS, nothing. This is just going all from the ATEM directly into vMix. And I'm only using that because vMix is the easier way to bring over everything. Now, the nerd part about me is right now, I have my ATEM Mini right here behind me that's connected to my TV behind here. And I am streaming from the ATEM Mini Extreme into the ATEM streaming bridge, which is going into the Mini, and I can bring up the feed of what I'm doing here, or right now I just have it cycling through stock images on the media player for the ATEM Mini. That's what I'm doing right now. So hopefully that was interesting for y'all. All right, Mr. Chuck Taylor. For anyone using Sony cameras, I just found out that they have remotes available that take advantage of the multi-port and allow you to zoom in and out working by itself. Hey, Chuck, something like this. This is what I'm using for my camcorder. And I can turn it on by the side here, zoom in and out right there, and then even engage the record. This top one is for if you were hooking it up to a camera, but that's what I'm using with mine, and it is plugged into the multi-port. Oh, I just realized I left the remote to this camera. I gave the Canon a Canon to my friend Kyle, we did our interview on, but I left the remote here. Mark Lewis. Quick update on my Pearl Mini purchase. We've been live streaming with it for about 3 months. It's super powerful and versatile, integrates overlays, and awesome. I never heard back from them when I said I wanted to test it out, so I'm glad it's working for you. Awesome, awesome, awesome. David, thank you so much. Yep, I got you, David. So what I'm going to do, be on the lookout. I'm going to register you here on the website. I'm waiting to hear back from Faith Network. They're building the whole website. So I already got the transaction stuff done with them since it's a new pay gate that goes through. So even if you still register on the website right now, all of that stuff is going to be funneled over to them. And when they're done, you're going to get a way to register to go in and pick your classes and everything like that. All right. So, David, I'm going to mark this off and be on the lookout for an email from emissionaryconference.com. You should get something from that pretty soon. All right, here, planning to install an access point at our church. We already have a working network. We'd like to get unified access points and unified switch. Would this setup work with our existing network? Yes, it would. I would recommend, if they still have it available, to get use a cloud key or the controller software to configure it. Then yes, you can have it append onto any network that you currently have. Hey, there you go, Chuck. Great minds think alike. Yep. Robert Moore Jr. What is the best ways to mount cinema cameras, camcorders? Is there a way? Well, it all depends on the weight. Me personally, I've been using these small rigs for mine. So I actually use this for my camcorder as well as the Sony ZV-1. And it has a little plate that you would mount on the bottom of your camera, and then it just locks in place for here. That's what I like, and it makes it a very quick release, so I can pull the camera off and stuff like that. Very easy. I wouldn't dare put this on the Pocket Cinema camera because I need something a lot stronger than this little mount. But this is good for, I mean, honestly, I could probably use this with the Micro Cinema camera, but right now, the way I got it, it's on an Elgato arm, and I can just screw it right into that, so this isn't needed because I'm not taking this camera down. So that's what I would think right now. But where are you trying to mount them to? Are you trying to mount them to the wall, or are they just tripods? Need a little bit more info on that. Dr. Albert, so you can do all of your magic with the ATEM controller and vMix. I bought the Blackmagic and OBS were tied together. Are you streaming from the ATEM to YouTube and Facebook, or are you using vMix? Right now, it's just vMix. If I wanted to, right now, I'm actually streaming to the streaming bridge. That's how they're connected together. But I could stop it and then stream to something else completely from the ATEM. But the way I have it, all the graphics that you're seeing, that's being done in vMix. What I would really have to do is this input number 6 that I have here. I would have to feed this in to, and I've been meaning to do a video about this, where you can actually feed OBS or vMix into the ATEM. And right now, let's try and do this right now. So let me turn the graphics off. This is being done through vMix completely. All right, so if I go over to my ATEM software, and PJ, I just got your other email, so thank you. So if I come over here to here, my ATEM software, because I have vMix being sent into this. This is similar to the video I just did on how to play videos. So if I come over here, let's use DSK number 2. I'm going to go to my downstream keys, and I'm going to set this to input number PC2. So that would be here and my source. Now, what I would do if I hit this button now, and why is my oh, because I'm using it. That's why. Let me turn this off. My DSK is not working. That's strange. Let's close it and open it right back up. That was very strange. And now it won't pick up my ATEM. That's interesting. Okay. That was really strange. So let's set this back to PC2. And it didn't even save none of my settings either. All right, so now I'm doing all of this through the ATEM. This is the ATEM, and you can see it because you can see the black text is being wiped out. So if I come back over here to my main camera, and now I do that, see, I'm bringing this up here, and I would need to dial these settings in a little bit. So I'm going to change this. So I would need to play around with this just a little bit because it's erasing the black, and most likely I would need to change this background. So right now what you're seeing, this is all being, the input from the vMix is being sent into my ATEM, and then DSK is superimposing the graphics over top of this. So that was the intention of trying to play around with it, but yeah, I'm going to go back to the way I originally had it, which is right here. So the animation and all that stuff should work the same way. But yeah. But yes, you could do all of it that way. Alrighty. So we've been going for an hour. What else we got? I think I got it on this channel. I need to give two more tickets away. What we can do about that. Mr. Clarence, if you're still on there, you got any suggestions to somebody I can give one of these tickets away to? Let me see. Trying to find another way. Okay, you're trying to, I'm sorry, let me jump over here. Robert is saying he's trying to mount a G40. Now, do you want is this going to be a static shot, or do you want this camera to move as well too? Because there are a couple of options that you can do with that. While I'm looking for a video here. Okay. The next question I would say is for y'all, and it's kind of cheating because you can actually see it. Oh no. Okay. I have a video where I was flying my drone in St. Martin. What is the cruise line? Not the ship. What's the cruise line I was on when I went on that cruise? All right, and Mr. Clarence says no suggestions. So we got that out there. So I flew my drone over St. Martin. What was the cruise line that I went on? Not the ship, but who owned the ship? PJ also wants to know, would you rather buy a new lamp, bulb for projectors, or just buy a new projector? I would buy a new projector, and I would buy a laser, because a laser doesn't have any bulbs you have to change out anymore. No, sir, I am currently not set to teach any master certifications yet. He said, the Titanic. Oh, no. Hello. So again, the question is, what was the cruise line I went on when I was flying over St. Martin? Then we give another ticket out for that. Let's see. Question here. Update on the Ori 1080p HDMI extender. I tried connecting it with a Cat 6 cable and it worked. The only problem I have is that when I project it to the projector, it has a 2-second delay. That's strange. That's really strange. You shouldn't get that much of a delay. Yeah, I don't know about that one. Jackie, that is heresy. That is heresy. And back to Chuck the Love Boat. Yeah, I've gone on a Carnival cruise. No, never again. Let me give y'all a tip. So it's the first one. The first one who can actually comment on it. So there you go. So that was your tip. So the first person to put it in the comments, hey, you got yourself a ticket. Yay, Jackie got it. Yeah, Jackie, if you go ahead and send it to me, and I think this actually is the pass to it, because it was the Harmony of the Seas. Wow, I just knew this ticket was over there, but I didn't think it was actually to the same one. So that's cool. So yeah, Jackie, if you email me, go to my About channel, About section, get the email, send it to me with a screenshot there, and I will, with your email, I will get you registered that way. What else we got going on? So I got another question here. Which is better, using an ATEM or vMix for switching? It all depends. It all depends on your purpose. Right now, I don't use vMix for switching. I use vMix to switch graphics. I use the ATEM to switch my source. So I'm using both of them combined. They have strengths and weaknesses. You could do everything in vMix, but it's going to cost you just as much to put capture cards in your system and the specs needed in the system to let that system completely run live streaming and switching and doing everything itself. I like it to be software based for graphics and stuff like that is not done natively in the ATEM. So it all depends. Excuse me. Otis, what are you using for shock mount for PTZ mounted to the wall to reduce vibration? At least right now, we don't have anything. I have little soft washers in between the bolts, but honestly, where our stuff is, it's not really causing a lot of vibration where our sound is, thankfully. Honestly, if I was going to do something like that, I would get just a longer screw that secures the PTZ, and then I would put a spring in between that, and then kind of make my own kind of shock absorber. That's what I would personally do. Shane and Hannah, hello. Thanks for joining. Let me see. Trying to think what else we got going on. So, folks, I'm really excited. So, I have a new install that we're going to be starting sometime next week. I got to go pick up 3 75-inch screen TVs or 70s, because a lot of the places I was looking at, they don't have 75s in stock. But this install is going to be purely AV-CAN's PTZ cameras, so I'm excited about that. We have another AV-CAN's AI tracking camera that we're going to be installing this weekend. We're also going to be installing another one at another church locally. I'm just waiting to hear back from them so we can get it set up. We're going to be starting to do some training at Spring Creek Baptist Church. I'm going to be there with them a couple of Sundays because they're transitioning and they want to maintain their digital presence, but also integrate people being physically on site. So we're going to do a whole lot of production and stuff like that that's coming up. So I'm excited about that. We have a total of 9 installs that are coming in, and I am very, very thankful about that. We are looking at making some big moves at the end of this year. House. Tesla. So be on the lookout for that. So let's see what else we got going on. A lot of stuff. So a lot of people are saying they can't wait for the For Me conference. Neither can I. I'm really excited about it. Kind of nervous because it's the first time. And just I'm really making mental notes of how to make it better next time around because this is not going to be a one-time shot. Really looking at expanding some more as well. Back to Mr. G. Albert here. When streaming to YouTube, do you activate the Go Live from ATEM Go Live functionality, or do you do it from the YouTube channel? It all depends. How I have my YouTube channel set up right now, when I hit Go Live on the ATEM, when you're scheduling a live streaming event in YouTube, and Facebook, it does the same way, there's a button that you can check off to say once you get a stream for it to auto start. So you don't have to hit a Go Live at all. Let me see if it'll let me see it here. Okay. Yeah, I do have it. So let me show you what it looks like on this side. So let's take this down. Put number 4. So in here, if I go to stream settings, see right here, it has enable auto start. It's checked off. So once I hit go live on the ATEM, it's automatically going to go. I have the auto stop turned off because if your internet is bad or something like that, it will kill your connection and start a whole thing over. So this auto start is on Facebook as well too. Once this is checked off, once it detects a stream, it will just go. So you don't have to log in and hit go live again. So hopefully that helps you. Back to Mr. Clarence here. When a PTZ is PoE, power over Ethernet, connected in a daisy chain, does the power go to the second and third? No, it doesn't work that way. You're not daisy chaining for, when I'm daisy chaining mine, I have an Ethernet cable going directly to the network for network and for power. But then the other Ethernets are going to the RS-232 in and out. That's how mine are. So bare minimum, I have 3 Ethernet cables going to each camera. One for the network and power, then one for control in, the other one is controller out. So no, it doesn't daisy chain like that. Each device has to be connected directly to your PoE switch. Hey, I'm glad you're enjoying them. Let's see. My YouTube tinkering is like a bunch of still photos from the 30s coming from the stream, but from webcam it's smoother. Yeah, it might just be coming from the stream. Yeah, I don't know. That sounds like if you're getting it like in slow motion, something like that, it's almost like the computer can't handle what's being sent. That's what I'm thinking. If you can email me an example of it, I can get a better idea of what it is. But that's what I'm thinking, really, it is. Yeah, I think we're done today, folks. Be on the lookout for, please, those who got the stuff. You know what? Hey, I'll just put it out there. Anybody else want a ticket? You get the first one to put in the comments if you're still here. If you want a ticket to the conference, let me know. The first person to say, I want it, hey, it's yours. In the chat, that is, in the chat. But, yeah, Otis, thank you. That's, yeah, completely agree. All right, we got another comment on here real quick. Lamorris. Sandra, it is yours. Sandra Wilson, please email me. Go to my About under the channel, email me with a screenshot of it, and we'll go from there. But how do I get stereo sound from my X32 producer to my ATEM Mini Pro? I'm only getting mono. Okay, so in the X32, what are you connecting? What are you coming out from? Are you coming out from an XLR? Are you coming out from your monitor? Which one? I need a little bit of specs on that. Yeah, so Sandra, please email me and I will get you that. You know what? I'm feeling generous. Rodney, Albert, Santiago, send them. All three of y'all. Send me the stuff. I got y'all. So Rodney, please email me under the About. Mr. Albert and Jay Santiago, please email me. Go to the About, email me, and I will get you straight. And you are welcome. All right, so you're coming out XLR. So in the routing, in your setup, you need to go. It's actually easier to do this from the app on your computer or the iPad. Go to the routing, and in the routing, you need to go to whichever output that's in the XLR. I don't have one to show you, but this is what I just did at Community Independent Methodist Church. You have to go to the routing, go to output, and whatever the output is, you need to link the outputs that you have connected to your ATEM. You need to route it to have left and right channel. So for me, I had an XLR going from 7 and 8, and they joined into a single 3.5 millimeter. So I had 7 sending the left channel, 8 sending the right channel, and they merged together. And in the routing of the X32 settings, I set 7 output, XLR output from the compact to go to the left channel, send the left channel, and the right channel. That's the same thing I do on the Roland M400 at my church to get the sound out. All right. All right, folks, I think we are good. I need to go grocery shopping before I pick my daughter up, and we're going to Lynchburg, and I need to get an oil change because I am heavily overdue for an oil change. I'm so excited about getting a Tesla, so I ain't got to worry about the oil change no more. Yay. Thank y'all so much, everybody. Really appreciate it. And if no one ever told you, thank you so much for what you're doing and learning more about to help out your local ministry, whether it's not your ministry at all. Because, I mean, honestly, like I said, your ministry isn't just about somebody lecturing. Your ministry is you giving and sharing the gifts and talents that God gave you, and you're sharing with somebody else. That's ministry, and you're ministering to other people. And I want to thank you for that. I appreciate it. Love y'all. Want to help y'all as much as I possibly can. And I hope y'all have a great day, evening, afternoon, whatever. If you like this type of content, please make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the bell notification. That way you don't miss out on any of our videos. And guess what, folks? We are at 40,400 subscribers. And the other giveaway that I did not mention, where's it at? Is that here? Yeah. When we hit 50,000, PTZ Optics is giving away a 20X PTZ camera to whoever. So, again, go to the link below, grow.ajhomes.com/50K giveaway. You only have to enter once, but you can have tons and tons of people from your church enter, and you can get a better chance of winning. All right? So, thank y'all so much. I hope y'all have a great day, evening, afternoon, wherever you are. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, folks, and we'll be seeing y'all on the next video. Later.